people, you're welcome to another edition of News Trend. Like you know, we talk about the current happenings in town. And today I have a very special guest in the house. He's a seasoned journalist. He's also the founder and chairman of the board of Best of Nollywood Awards. And he also has a couple of biopics to his name. And the latest one is the one on the Awujale of Ijebuland, Bobrisky Adeton. And we are talking about no other person but Mr. Seun Oloketuyi. You're welcome on the show, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, sir. So, would you like to talk to us about this biopic you're having on the Awujale?
Bobrisky Adeton is the longest serving monarch in the world. He's been king for 64 years.
Wow.
He has lived very well. He has been king over Ijebuland. And you know there are kings and there are kings, if I put it in that way. And he has carried himself very well. And we felt that a biopic of him is necessary, because what I tell people is, if you have a young child today and you send him to private school in Nigeria, they will probably teach the child about Martin Luther King, Queen Elizabeth, and we are not teaching them about Badness or Jadere, Awujale, and the rest of it. And so we felt it as a responsibility to do this, and that's why we are doing this. And it's been a great journey, and I can tell you that making the movie was very difficult, but since when we announced that we did the movie, released the trailer, the reception has been terrific, and we're looking forward to the premiere and the cinema release.
That's nice. So can you tell us about the other ones that you've done, the other biopics that you've done?
Well, the first biopic we did was on Governor Yaya Bello. That was after he won his second term. We did a story about how he fought Godfatherism. It's called Yaya the White Lion. Then after that, we did one on Asiwaju. No, before Asiwaju, Brother Metu, we did one on Adedibu.
Okay.
It's called Adedibu Alagbara Ibadan. It's a story about Adedibu. It's coming out in October.
Okay, it's not out yet.
It's not yet.
Okay.
Well, we shot, immediately after that, we now shot the one on Asiwaju, Brother Tinubu. That one is called Last Man Standing. It was premiere 2 or 3 days to his swearing in as president. And now here we have with
Awujale. Interesting journey. Okay, so now on this show we talk about the current trends happening in town. And I want us to talk about Junior Pope, the unfortunate incident, the boat accident, and what's your take on the whole issue?
It's a very sad day for Nollywood. As you know, I'm an active participant in the industry. I've never worked with Junior Pope, but I met him once. I met him twice, and that was when I did Born Awards in Abia. I think that was 2016 or 2017. And I wanted to go and present the hosting right to the governor. He followed me along with Nosa Rex, and I've forgotten the name of the third person now. Fantastic fellow, great actor, great personality. Apart from that, nobody deserves to die the way he died. I think that Nollywood people, we need to take ourselves more seriously. I ran an article about this, how I felt about the issue today. We need to take ourselves more seriously, because if we don't take ourselves more seriously, nobody will take us serious. I think that the AGN, TAMPAN, and all the association, this is the time for them to sit up. And producers also, I know it is not easy when you are producing. When you are producing, you are trying to maximize your profit just like every other business. But there is no profit that is greater than saving human lives. So we need to prioritize safety when we are filming. A lot of people who are criticizing the young girl who who unfortunately is the producer of the movie, are guilty of the same thing that the girl did. If you look back, most of them didn't take safety precaution when they were shooting. It's just that they were lucky to have gotten away with it. So why I will not blame the girl is that if there was structure, she wouldn't have made that mistakes that she made. And I think that for Junior Pope and the 5 other people who died, for their death not to be in vain, we must put in place safety measures. And this is the time that actors should not listen to people or whatever people will say about them of being difficult or difficult to work with. Actors must insist on standard safety procedures when filming. You understand? And some standard safety things when doing anything. Because at the end of the day, Junior Pope has died. He left behind a wife and 3 children. People are making noise. Everybody is making noise. Within the next, after he's buried, and within the next 3 months, everybody goes back to their business. It is the wife who will have to find a way to take care of the kids and the rest of it. So people must remember that when they are taking their decisions. Sometimes it is necessary to be selfish in their life.
So apart from safety consciousness, what do you think about our response culture? Because I believe he could have been saved. He didn't have to die, but I don't think...
The high level of ignorance is amazing. And what amazes me most is how our humanity has died. Somebody is dying, and 90% of those who are there are more concerned about making videos and going live. The amount of life I saw on that day was amazing. In my article today, part of the things I address and I think that government should do something about, or rather the guilds should do something about, is we need to train our Nollywood people how to use social media. Unfortunately, I'm sad to say this, we are becoming nuisance to the society. Lawyers die every day in tragic manner. I've never seen any lawyer post the corpse of their member, and this is not the first time. I remember when Sam Loco died, somebody did the same thing. I remember when Sisi Quadri died, somebody did the same thing. One adult posted the corpse of Junior Pope. For what reason do we do those kind of things? And all through those periods, people were running endlessly.
There was so much crowd. I was wondering.
Preventing emergency services. Apart from that, I think that for a moment, AGN and AMP need to take a pause and do a lot of orientation for our crew members and stuff, because simple CPR could have saved that young man. There should be a safety expert who is advising us on how to go about our job. You understand? I'm not trying to apologize blames for everybody, but this is a time for all of us to sit down. It could have been anybody. You understand?
And I also heard that the day that they went for the shoot, there was no lifeguard or something around. Maybe being a public holiday or so, I don't know. So maybe it was because of the time, the day. Maybe they would have been help.
The problem I have with that information is that because this matter is very sensitive, I was not there. And I have heard about 3 or 4 versions. What the person inside the boat is saying is different from what the producer of the movie is saying and the rest of it. So I would not like to comment about it because this has to do with people's death and the rest of it. So I'm trying to be careful and do not say what will offend the families of the deceased. You understand what I mean?
Yes. Such an unfortunate incident. May God rest their souls.
Amen.
So now let's move on to Bobrisky. Bobrisky is still in the news, and now he has been sentenced To start with, what do you think is happening with this Bobrisky issue? I think there's some kind of hanky-panky going on. I don't want to believe it's just the offense that he's being accused for, that it's just because of that he's going to prison, or this just came up because before and even after he did what he did, people did same. Even after he was apprehended and all that, people are still, over the weekend, we still saw videos of people spraying cash and all that. So why do you think his own is peculiar? His case is peculiar.
Well, what I like to always say is that I don't do my thief is greater than your thief. Did he commit the offense? Is he a criminal offense? So I don't want to put any theory or conspiracy theory in it. The truth is, he committed the offense. The only place I have problem is that I am not a lawyer, but I read a lot. I look around a lot. I see peculiar cases. I think he had a very poor legal representation. There was no reason for him to have pleaded guilty. There was no reason for him to have pleaded guilty. If he had pleaded not guilty, he would probably be enjoying bail now. And maybe, yes, it's because it is a bailable offense.
Exactly, because I heard that it's a bailable offense. So was it because he pleaded guilty? That's
when
why.
you plead guilty, the judge just goes and make judgment.
Okay.
But if you are, as I talk to you, Naira Marley's case is still in court. You understand? So, and if he had pleaded not guilty, if he has a good attorney, we've seen a lot of people who we know committed the offense, but walked out of it because of the power of a good lawyer. You understand? I think he has a bad legal advice and representation. Unfortunately, his sentence is 6 months. With the way Nigeria legal system is, if he goes to appeal, he would have finished his thing before the appeal is heard.
Yeah.
So
he may not even spend the 6 months.
You understand? He's going to spend the 6 months.
He should.
There's no way he will spend this. Why wouldn't he spend? The only people.
If he appeals now and he wins, they'll probably give him. I don't think will he take up to that 6 months for the appeal?
That's what I'm. Do you know how many?
And he has spent some time already.
Do you know how many cases are in the appeal court?
Well.
Do you understand? There is no reason. The only case that when they take to appeal is giving quick hearing is if that case is of national interest.
Okay.
You understand? So only 3 people can remove him from that prison today. The president, the chief judge of Nigeria, and the governor of Lagos State. And I doubt if any of them will do that. Those are the only people who have power to say, release him on, who has the power by the constitution of Nigeria. So I don't see him not spending 6 months.
Wow. So you think he's being justly held in that place? He's being held justly?
By the law of Nigeria, yes.
Okay.
There are two ways to look at it.
Okay.
There is the emotional side, and there is the legal side. Legally, you cannot fault the law.
The law.
The only thing is there are a lot of processes that his lawyers could have used to set him free. For example, I have heard senior lawyer argue that EFCC does not even have the right to take him to court. Because under the EFCC Act, EFCC cannot investigate a case of mutilated or naira abuse.
Really? Exactly. You see, this is still going back to my point that are you sure it's just not being held to a lesson?
But there are a lot of people who have been taken to court by EFCC who now go to court to argue their case that EFCC does not have a right, and the judge will say, EFCC, you don't have a right.
Exactly.
You can pass the case file to the police who will do the needful. You understand? So that is one of the things I'm saying about the fact that he had faulty legal representation.
Well, okay. Because I'm finding it difficult to believe that his lawyers won't know that.
Well, when I saw his lawyer on his lawyer is even confused. I saw his lawyer on TV when they were interviewing his lawyer, and he was calling him she.
And he has, oh, that's true. I heard that too. I saw that too.
So that shows you the kind of lawyer he is.
That's true. And he has accepted that he's a male now.
That shows you the kind of lawyer he is.
Wow.
Mind you, I am not a fan of Bobrisky. You understand? But what I am saying here is that by law, you cannot fault you can't fault the judge. What is in our constitution is 6 months in prison or an option of fine based on the discretion of the judge. If he sees that the suspect is sober. It's the discretion of the judge. Maybe when the judge looked at him, he feels that he's not sober. He has not done, if anybody reports the judge to the Nigerian Judiciary Council, no, there is nothing he has done wrong. She has done wrong, rather. You understand? So that's my point. You understand? So when there are issues, we should take it, remove our emotions first before looking at it. You understand? I'm not happy that he's in prison. You understand? I feel that he should have gotten, he should have been punished otherwise. Maybe a lesser, maybe even 1 month in prison, or you understand. But if the judge decides to give him, there's nothing.
Okay, so the whole issue with Bobrisky just seems, funny and questionable, especially because he had issues with Very Dark Man. Very Dark Man was held to, and then he came out, and there was this back and forth. So it was just so funny that just within a couple of days, he was also held captive. So that's why it seemed like, is there something more going on here?
That is all still in the realm of emotions and conspiracies, theories. By law, EFCC says they've been watching him for a while. I watched the spokesman on TV before they decided, and they had three videos. You understand? He claimed he doesn't know that it is an offense. And we all know that they say ignorance is not an excuse.
Yes. Okay, that's it for Bobrisky. So now let's go to Davido. Davido is in the news again for what the thing that is most popular for another woman. What shall we say to these things? What do you think is really the problem with Davido?
Nothing. Davido is an hip hop star. Hip hop stars are synonymous with women. Hip hop stars are synonymous with women, drugs, and money, and more women and more women. So there is absolutely nothing wrong.
Yeah, but don't you think, don't you feel like it's getting too much? I'm of the opinion that, do what you need to do, but you don't have to get caught. It's when you get caught that everybody's talking about you, so that's when everyone is talking about you. Because I'm not saying that other hip hop stars are not doing all these things. The question
I always ask is this: is he affecting his music career?
It's not.
If he gets into the studio tomorrow and do another song that is interesting, will people not listen?
But it's affecting his personality, so to say. And then he's married. What about his wife?
You see, that's what I tell people. When there are issues like this, he owes only one person explanation, his wife. And you don't know what their agreement is. Issues like this. It's only the two of them that knows.
But he has an online family. Even if we say that, okay, the only person that is responsible to or he owes an explanation is his wife, he owes an explanation to his fans and his online family as well.
So are the fans complaining?
Yes, ma'am.
They are not complaining. The ones that are complaining are the ones that, no matter what he does, they will never be happy with him. The ones that are diehard Davido can never go wrong. And I'm one of them.
And so am I. I'm a Davido fan. So it's not like, but I'm just like,
me, I saw the video today, and to me it's not a big deal. And why I say it's not a big deal, I mean, so many men beg for sex. That's the truth.
Yeah, but not so many men beg for sex. Are videoed or filmed doing it.
Yeah.
Video. If If every man that best was said was supposed to
the
have
only
videos,
the only part of it was that it was unfortunately video, but as far as I'm concerned, it's a big deal. It would have been a big deal to me if it was rape, if it was saying that it was assaulting or raping somebody. But begging, yeah, it's allowed.
He be begging another woman for sex. It wasn't his wife. He was begging for sex.
And so, who told you that the video was yesterday?
Oh, okay. What do you mean?
It's subjective. The video can be 5 years ago.
Oh, that's true.
It's subjective. The video can be 5 years ago. It can be 3 years ago. There is no date line on that video.
That's true.
And go and look at that video very well. The video does not look the same like it was the video of yesterday. Now. You understand? So to me, it's no big deal. People will just talk, and the talkability is good for him.
Is it good for him? They're always talking.
Yeah, that is why he's always making money. Davido does not make the best of music.
Well, it's you that say so. Me, I'm still
don't understand what I'm trying to get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
There are people in this country who make proper good music more than Davido. I can mention to you. I love Davido so much, but I can tell you that when you are talking of people who make proper good music, Davido is not, even among his peers in the hip hop, he's not 1 to 5. Davido does not make better music than what's this guy's name? Even Chike. Even what's this guy that's made the music about Nigeria? The guy from Delta State, I've forgotten his name now, who claimed that one pastor harassed his wife. Timi Dakolo. You understand?
Yeah,
you understand? Those people make better music than him. But how many endorsements does Timi that is well behaved, how many endorsements do they have? They don't have I doubt
not as much.
I doubt if Timi even has one brand endorsement.
I
am telling you, I doubt it. Because the major people that put brand endorsements for the hip hop are the drinks company, the telecommunication. Those are the big spenders. You understand? So tell me, where did you see Timi in all this? You understand? So the talkability is not anything, but Davido is not a pastor. Neither is he a politician that is saying he's trying to contest election.
You don't know, he might come up tomorrow.
He's an hip hop as of today, David Adeleke, aka Davido, is an hip hop artist. And all the things that have been said against him, there is nothing that is away from being an hip hop artist. Nobody has accused him of fraud.
Well, no. But they've accused him of collecting money and not coming for the show.
That's not fraud. It's called I've forgotten what they call it in legal term. And both of them have agreed to settle out of court now. You understand what I'm trying to say? So I will be worried if he was accused of rape, assault, fraud, you understand, murder. All the things they are accusing him of are excusable as far as I'm concerned. And they are part of what adds to his fan base. Davido has not come out to anybody to say, I want to be your role model. So I don't know why people are crying more than the bereaved. You understand?
But still, what do you think that these celebrities and artists and whatever, how do you think they can manage their, and they're in the public eye, so the public is seeing everything they do and all that. So I think there's a way they can manage it, so it's not so, they don't get talked about all the time. Of course, you have to talk about them, but there's a way they have to.
Who told you they don't want to get talked about?
Well, they should get talked about, but not too much.
Well, see.
Not too much. I'm thinking that there's a way they should be able to manage their affairs so that, they can still live their life in peace, and then they can still be the public figure that they want to be.
I've been in this entertainment industry for close to 3 decades. And I've seen the sides from a reporter and the rest of it. And I can tell you something, that being talked about is a big there are people who are not happy that they are not talking about them. I am not joking. I've been friends with, I'm friends to a lot of them. So we talk. There is a particular person who is very big now. Before he became big, he was making money. He was doing well. But he was not happy that when he goes out, he told me that when he goes out, the only people that recognizes him are Okada. Do you understand? And that did not used to make him happy.
Okay.
You understand?
So they want to be talked about.
There are
positively or negatively.
I remember, I can never forget this thing. One ex-governor told me one day, said, both publicity, bad publicity, and good publicity is publicity. Because it keeps your name in the lips of people. You understand? That the only time he comes out to fight is if they say he steals. Any other thing they say, even if it is false, he will not respond.
They should keep talking.
And Davido should keep making money.
She should keep making money. Okay.
That's the most important thing.
You
understand? Because at the end of the day, it is the same Yoruba who said,
yeah, that's true. Okay. And that's it for today. Thank you so much, sir, for coming on the show. But we are not going to let you leave empty-handed. We have a gift for you. I don't know if you take tea. Do you take tea?
Yes, I do.
Okay, this is a mug that you can use to be taking your morning coffee.
Thank you so much.
No. Thank you so much. And guys, that is all for today. Keep watching. Thank you.
Thank you.